So, for human beings, mindsets are the most critical. Because mind is the most primary engine that is formed and developed even during the embryonic stages. A sensitive pregnant woman can even directly communicate with the embryo, not by languages. I have interviewed a lot of them. So when they are happy, the embryo makes a certain kind of movements. When they are worried, the embryo makes certain movements, or embryo goes to relatively movementless state and things like that. The second evidence of the presence of the mind well developed in a human entity is that very birth cry. When that feeling of the body is different from what it was just before, then the sudden origination of the expressions of the mind in the form of a cry. Of course, that is not a cry in the sense of the adult human beings, but a response of the system to the changed condition of the body. And gradually, when there is a slight discomfort of the body, when there is a slight pressure on the body, or when there is hunger, that mind only senses that deficiency and makes a response to the environment. There must be some agency in that creature, because it doesn't have a so-called language, etc., etc. So there must be some intermediary agency in the entity which senses the conditions of the entity and conveys some signals to the external environment, so that other mature entities in the environment can take charge, supervise and protect the child. So that emotion. And there are so many experiments or researchers in psychology who convincingly proved almost 20-25 different expressions of emotions with a 1 month old human baby.
AIs are using right now, neural languaging.
Yeah.
AIs are using neural language.
Neural language, okay.
That is the basic working of a human brain to the...
Exactly, yeah. AI has developed a lot out of understanding the neuron system. In turn, researchers have identified a lot about neural system from AI also.
Yeah.
So, exactly. So, coming to the point, the mind is therefore primary and basic. So, mind is the decisive factor for human being. Even when they talk about so-called scientific precision, even that belief in scientific precision is a mindset. The division between science and arts. A lot of scientists are vehemently opposing that arts and science are different, and arts are very, very, very tentative. It is not as precise and definite as science and all those things. Even that is actually a mindset only. Anyway, coming back to the point, it is the mindsets that govern. So majority mindsets do not have that appreciation for that genius choices. It is the mindset that work when you go to Himalayas, that there is something special, and you really feel it because of the mindset. Whereas thousands of people who are native of Himalayas are simply living there and sitting on the roadside. So it is all a mindset. That is the mindset which is created by the design of the dress of a king. A king would take average half an hour to 1 hour to get dressed up. And there's a crown and there is all kinds of paraphernalia of the design of the darbar hall, whatever it is. It's all to create that impression in the mindsets of the audience. Similarly, in the sanctum sanctorum of the temple, it is specially devised at a certain appointed time. All the lights will be, all the lamps will be lit, and flowers and all these things. And at a certain moment, the pujari opens the door. Then people look at it and they feel something different. So it's all mindsets. Or the great mystics go around advertising them. So in the beginning, nobody noticed them. When a lot of people go to them, the other people also think that there is something. So that centricity, conformity mindset, and when they go and look at them, they don't see that person actually. They don't see the referent reality of that person. Or the referent of that person includes that all that magical, glorified, deified campaigns and the crowd. So they go and attend their talks or their sermons. But they don't work because they're all sort of camouflaged by the basic mindset. That mindset itself becomes a block of understanding and translating into experience what the very gurus told them. Get the point? So I just mentioned this as one of the umpteen number of examples possible. Because human beings, we can even say, are nothing but mindsets. So develop the mindset actually of what we call a genius. Of course, a genius does not feel that he is a genius.
There is also something that you should mention to the children who come here. This is just a basic this thing that you have heard it a million times. It's like think from their shoes, think from their point of view.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you start thinking from other people's point of view, you start to realize that there are referral realities. That is how you